Hey guys, it's Brooke with SupertutorTV. Are you wondering, how do I improve my ACT reading score? What can I do to help myself be more awesome at this section? And do you maybe have some frequently asked questions like some of my students have? Should I do the passages out of order? Should I do the questions out of order? Should I read the passage first or should I read the questions first? How do I deal with things if I'm running out of time? Should I skip questions? If those are some of the questions that you guys have, I recommend that you check out our best ACT prep course ever at SupertutorTV.com. But today I'm going to answer one of those. And before I get to that question, I just want to remind everybody, if you are into this channel, please subscribe by clicking subscribe below this video and head to our website, SupertutorTV.com/subscribe, and subscribe to our mailing list for free. And we will keep you up to date if we have any awesome sales on the best ACT prep course ever. If we release any books on the ACT, the SAT, or anything beyond, we will let you guys know first. Now, without further ado, what is the frequently asked question I'm going to answer today? Well, that question is, should I do the questions out of order on the reading section? Will that help me improve my score? That is what I'm going to answer. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to throw you to our video segment from our best ACT prep course ever that we've already created. And then I'll see you guys at the end of the video back here. Here you go. Some tutors say that you should always do the questions out of order. And what you should do is you should go through and quickly read all the questions and then label them all specific or general. And then you should do all the specific questions first, and then you should do all of the general questions. I think labeling them and doing that whole process is a waste of time. To me, like, you don't have any time on the ACT. Like, why are you analyzing all the questions first and then like grouping them in groups, and like all that to me sounds like just like a drain of your time. So I'm not a huge fan of that. If that works for you, you know, do what works for you. But my general experience has been not to do that. What I will say though is sometimes I will do things out of order, and it really depends on how hard questions are. It's true that a really hard general question, sometimes I like to skip it and go on to specific questions first and do those first because they're a little bit easier to tackle even if I don't have a full understanding of everything that's going on. The second thing I'll say is if I'm in one of those scenarios such that I really did not read the whole passage, or I skimmed the passage because I didn't have a lot of time, sometimes I won't have a huge handle on main ideas. And so then I might do the questions out of order because I can do questions where I know which paragraph it's talking about or which lines it's talking about. And those are a little bit easier to handle. Or if I, again, am at the end of the test and I don't have a lot of time, maybe I have 3 or 4 minutes, I know I can't really actually genuinely approach every question, and I didn't have time to read the whole passage, well then, yeah, I'm going to do stuff out of order. So there are some circumstances in which I usually do stuff out of order to try to gain a little bit of an advantage. But if I'm not in those circumstances, I often like to go in order so that I don't screw up my bubble sheet. Now, a tip for you guys, if you do end up doing questions out of order, and like I said, when I do them out of order, what I try to do is either just do the ones that are easier first or do the ones that are more specific first. And the specific ones I can tell because there's usually like numbers in them or line reads in them. When I do that, what I do is I stop directly bubbling on my bubble sheet and I do everything on the page that I'm working on. And then I transfer it to my bubble sheet when I get to the end of the passage. And I do that until, say, the last 5 minutes or so are called. Because by the time I get to that point, I don't want to be running out of time and then not have time to bubble 10 answers. That would super screw me over. So then I've got to just be really careful with my bubble sheet. But if I am going out of order, I will not bubble sheet them because chances are I will do something stupid and I will bubble the wrong line. And then I'm going to have to spend a bunch of time erasing, and I don't have time for that. So I do it on my page and then I transfer it at the end of the page. And then I can also transfer in little groups. So I can like memorize a couple of answers. I'm like B, like 4 or 5, B, and then I go over here. Or I guess it's not BB because they have like FGH or whatever. So I might have like BH, right? And then I go over to my bubble sheet and I go BH. So that's something that I do to just try to avoid that like nightmare of a bubble scenario, which I know you all probably understand what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is a bubbling error, meaning you've bubbled the wrong bubble and then all of your answers get shifted, right? And then you can have all the right answers, but because they're next to all the wrong question numbers, like you get a really horrible score. And that is like the nightmare of nightmares, which again is the reason that I don't like to do things out of order. But if you do it on the page and you're really careful about transferring, you can still do it and it can still be advantageous. So should you do questions out of order? It's up to you. You should do what works for you. But I think it is a good tool to have in your toolbox in emergency situations. So that's my read on doing questions out of order. So I hope you guys liked this tip. If you did, definitely go check out our best ACT prep course ever at SupertutorTV.com. It's over 50 hours of video-based prep with me. So if you like this video and you like learning in this way, it's a heck of a lot more of that. It's like sitting across the desk from me, but for way less money. So go check it out if you're prepping for the ACT. It also comes with a copy of the official ACT prep guide. And regardless, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and check out all of our social media on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, all that good stuff. Watch some more videos here while you're here, and I will see you guys next time on Super Tutor TV. Thanks for watching.